So it's Saturday morning and your wife tells you that you and your daughter have to go out and get rid of these cases of Girl Scout cookies, that we need to go door to door. So being a sales consultant, and that's my role, I realized I had a new client. At Upgrade Performance, we actually customize programs for a lot of big companies like AAA, Google, Morgan Stanley, and companies like that. And, so I had a new client. And you might be in the same position. You're like, how am I going to do this? So we've come up with a real simple 3-step process that can help you, again, number one, be even more successful selling more cookies, which is going to make it more fun, of course. And then you and your daughter to just have more fun doing it. So I'm going to go over those 3 steps, and ideally it helps you being even more successful. Okay, so 3 steps. We call it the 3 Ps: preparation, presentation, and appreciation. This is not a spelling bee, okay? We had to make it P, so you get it, right? Let's go over these 3 steps real briefly. First of all, preparation. The first thing that someone's going to notice about you is your preparation. We actually came up with a few different ideas on how we could be better prepared when we hit the street so we were more successful. Kind of having your paperwork ready, your forms printed out, having a clipboard, because when you're at someone's door, it's a lot easier to write. The second thing that's really important is attitude, okay? Attitude is that little thing that makes a big difference, and we have to head out with a really positive attitude. And then the third thing is to set a goal, okay? Rather than just going out there and seeing what you can do, set a goal. My suggestion is to set a goal of how many houses you want to knock on their doors and how many boxes you'd like to sell. Okay, and agree with your daughter to quit after one of those are hit. So either you hit so many houses, or if you hit your sales goal, you can go home early. It kind of gives you a little bit of focus. And then the last one is having a talk track and to practice that. So a lot of times we go up to the door and we don't know exactly what we're going to do or say. So I'm going to share with you guys a quick talk track that you can download if you'd prefer. But we'll go over that in the next step, which is in presentation. You got to know what you're going to want to say and then how to say it. The second P is presentation. 2 of the opening lines that we see don't get as much success. I'm not saying they won't work, but are asking closed-ended questions like, hey, would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies? Or number 2 is, hey, did you get any Girl Scout cookies yet? And as you know, that can lead to a yes or no, or an easy out for that person. So Abigail and I put together an opening that was having a lot more success for us, and we can share that with you. So let's go over that.
Hi, I'm Abigail. I live over on Main Street. What's your favorite kind of Girl Scout cookies? Would you like 2 boxes, or would 4 be better? Thanks for supporting.
Now here's another one. It's for fun, all right? Would you like 2 boxes, or would you like to take a manly approach? Just try it.
Would you like 2 boxes, or would you like to take a manly approach?
So when you go up to the door, one of the things we worked on is number 1, smiling, okay? That way you protrude more confidence and you're actually more happy about it. It's going to add that confidence. Number 2 is when the people answered your door, you want to introduce yourself. And what Abigail did was she said, hi, my name is Abigail, and I live over here on Greystone. And what you're doing subtly there is you're saying to that person, if you don't know this neighbor or it's a street or 2 over, that you're local. And when you mention that you're local like that, their resistance tends to go down a little bit. After you introduce yourself, generally they're very idle, pleasantries. You want to be prepared to immediately get into why you're there. That's what they want to know. Who you are, why you're there, okay, and what you're asking them to do. So it's really critical that you be ready to share that. And so what we were using is, hey, it's Girl Scout cookie season, and we're raising money for local charities. And we're also trying to help people with their sweet tooth. Let me ask you, what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? You get that? So let me go over that one more time. Hey, it's Girl Scout cookie season, and we're raising money for local charities and also trying to help out people with their sweet tooth. I'm curious, what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? All right, so you get your opening down, okay? When you ask that, it's hard for them to say yes and no, and oftentimes people are familiar enough with Girl Scout cookies that they're gonna say one. Well, I really like the Thin Mints, okay? If you get a response like that, then we'll talk about how you transition into closing in just a moment. But if there's a little bit of like, they're thinking about it, there's an awkward silence, you might offer a suggestion. You might say, you know what's selling a lot right now are the shortbreads. You know what's really popular on the street are the lemonades. And so you start an easy conversation with them. And at the same time, you just want to bring out your order sheet and you can show them some of the selection. So as they read through it, initially they might say, I really don't need to buy any, and they're trying to maybe not have sweets around the house, something like that. But when they start looking at the sheet, it kind of gets them thinking like, wow, those caramel delights might be kind of good. I don't need that many, but yeah, let's get some, right? So you want to transition with that easy question, what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? And then if you want to kind of open the conversation, show them your sheet so they can see the menu, maybe something catches their attention. If they start expressing an interest in a particular cookie, then you can then transition into a close, okay? We were using the alternate choice close. So what Abigail was doing was saying, oh, you like the Thin Mints. Would you like 2 boxes or would 4 be better? And oftentimes what people did was they got a chuckle. When people are laughing, you start actually lowering resistance and they're just opening it up. They're like, yeah, what can I do? I got to buy something from this little girl, right? So, and that often led not only to 1 box, but predominantly everyone bought 2. And we found a lot of people were actually buying the 4 because they're $5 a box. It was $20, so it was easy. Like, she's really cute, and I love her approach. So that just be ready with like an offer like that. Hey, would you like to buy 2 boxes or 4? All right, so let's talk about the third P, which is appreciation. I had to make it P's, right? But it's showing appreciation. So it's a sincere thank you. So if they've purchased, and what my daughter and I worked on was just making sure she looked the people in the eye, because our eyes communicate just as much, if not more, than our words. And she looked them in the eye and she just sincerely said, thank you. And that was a big deal, and I think it's a good lesson for her to learn. So she might not get this, but it's kind of not the thank you you normally get when you're flying on one of the airlines and they say thank you for flying. That one, you don't feel like they're really thanking you, but really a sincere, genuine thank you. Now, the other thing we're doing is the folks in the neighborhood that we went to, my wife put together this little card just on a piece of paper, and it says, thanks for buying my cookies, and then my daughter actually just signed her name at the bottom, and we're just going over to the homes that bought it, and we're going to pop it in their mailbox, and we believe that will be that little extra touch. And so in the future, if she has to do some of this fundraising, she will be noticed, and hopefully that's just a little different than what they've seen in the past. So in summary, it's the 3 P's. It is preparation, it's presentation, and appreciation. You're going to be going back to the house high-fiving because you're pretty excited about all the cookies you sold, and your garage will be once again yours. So, hey, good luck. And if you're looking for some of those documents I mentioned, you'll be able to download them here.